Hello, hello. How is everyone? I want to talk to you today about the divine feminine and the destructive masculine. The divine feminine is going, that's a hard word for me to say, so if I don't get it exactly right, please forgive me. You know, the divine feminine is what's going to bring healing to all of us and healing to our world. The masculine has overtaken everything. And I'm not saying that that men are bad or that women are just perfect, because that's not reality. The reality is we each have to have a balance between masculine energy and feminine energy. And our world is out of balance. There's too much dominant masculine energy all around us. And without that feminine energy to bring it into balance, it lacks tenderness, it lacks compassion, it lacks the ability to heal and to bring healing to each of us. So, in the shifting that's going on, I just released an article and I just titled it Woman. And what I've learned about everything in life, I'm going to shift this just a little bit here. What I've learned about everything in life is when I was younger, I was really feminine and I didn't have any balance in it. I didn't know what a man was supposed to be like, because the examples that I did have as a child, I didn't want to follow those because all of them had alcohol problems. They were very dominant and harsh and aggressive. And to me, I looked at that, and that's not at all what I wanted to emulate. I didn't want to be like that. So I've had to learn in my own life how to be a true man, which to me, a true man is very soft and tender, but yet I can be very strong and stand up for myself. But in that strength, I don't stand up for myself harshly. I try to do it with tenderness and kindness, and always remember my foundation of my life is to do no harm. So in the process of that, I don't want to hurt anybody else. And that's not really on the top of everybody's list today. That's that strong masculine that comes into play. That people just do whatever they want, to get whatever they want, be dominant, controlling, manipulative, intimidate anybody that I need to intimidate because this is what I want. And that's just selfish. And that doesn't take into account our responsibility as a human being to the people around us. And this is what has to shift in our world. I listened to a really nice video about a Persian lady, by a Persian lady. I've listened to three of hers now. And I really respect what she's saying. Okay, then I want to add in to this, in the mix of what she's sharing to the world, because I really liked where her heart was. It just was amazing. Excuse me, the courage and boldness she had to stand up and share her heart. But here again, the tenderness, the gentleness, the meekness, the kindness. What's missing in our society is humility. Societies, country, world. I haven't met very many people that even talk about the need for divine humility, the need for gentleness and meekness and kindness. Um, for me, every time I find a deeper place of healing, then I find um, that I'm stronger. But I find that healing coming from being gentle and being tender and clearing out all this negative energy out of me from the past, where because of lack of understanding, because of lack of wisdom, because my own heart needed to be healed, I was harder. I was never, to my sight and understanding and opinion, I was never a hard, dominant person. What I had to deal with was people trying to dominate me. And in the process of that, I wasn't always gentle and tender when I would respond back after I'd had enough. And, I've gone back and asked for forgiveness, and some of the people have forgiven me, and some of them haven't. It's just a reality. And that's my responsibility, to ask for forgiveness and it be genuine from my heart. I can't take on the responsibility of other people who choose not to forgive me when I made a mistake, or when I wasn't as tender as I could have been, or definitely not as tender as I am now. So, in this, I want to address that's the shift that has to take place in our world today, is to this divine feminine energy. But as I shared in the article, like I said, I titled it Woman, divine feminine energy is not harsh in any way. It's not dominant. It's not aggressive. It's so tender that I find myself crying over nothing. But it's not, I'm not sad. I'm the most happy I've ever been in my life. I'm just as I'm letting go and I'm finding this freedom to love. It's hard to put into words. I think about people. I think about some of you, my friends on Facebook, and my heart just starts weeping. I spent yesterday afternoon half of the day just crying and crying and crying. But I wasn't sad. I just want everybody to feel this love, and it's my heart is being made so tender that when I find somebody or I feel somebody that's in a lot of pain, it makes my heart cry. It makes me really sad. I just want to reach out and wrap my arms around everybody and hold you and love you until you let go of all this hardness, until your heart just melts. Like mine is being melted. But my heart is being melted with such a majestic love that I don't want nothing else. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the nice cars, the fancy things. The material world doesn't mean anything to me. And that's the honest truth. I've walked away from it many times. I walked away from everything I'd worked for years to develop in Texas to be able to come here to seek a deeper healing, to seek a deeper compassion in life, to seek what I'm finding and what I have today. And this divine feminine energy, it brings such a healing to your heart and soul that you just start feeling this magical love. I look at the plants, I look at the birds, I look at all these things, and I just fill up with so much joy that I want to cry. And it's not, I want to cry, I just start weeping. Like, I'm having to focus to talk, because when I get into that place, the tears just start pouring down my face. And like I said, I'm not sad at all. It's like I think so many of you sisters out there and some of my friends that I would call my brothers. I just want to reach out and be able to touch you. And that's why I'm making this video. I want people to see how real this love is. I want people to see how real this divine feminine energy is. And if you'll just open up your heart, it'll melt you. And you'll feel so happy. Because all the negative stuff that's happened to me in this life, and I would say my past lives, it's just being washed away to where I just feel this magical love. I'll get to talking with some of my friends on Facebook, just typing back and forth, or video conference calls, not conference calls, video calls, with some of you, and this magical love just starts flowing between us, where both of us are just like a couple little kids glowing. It feels wonderful, but you have to let go. You have to surrender. You have to forgive. I've learned the biggest part of what's helped me to heal and this divine love to flow in my heart is forgiving. Forgiving myself for when I was hard, forgiving myself when I didn't say things exactly right, forgiving myself where, we're all human and we're maturing in this life. I wasn't always as soft as I am now. It was inside of me, but I didn't know how to bring it out. If I could have time with my children now, I was always as tender as I could possibly be with them. I know there was times I got upset, and I hurt them by getting upset. But this is where the forgiveness comes in. We're human. And I've had to work to forgive myself. And as you do that, and you let all the stuff go that we're hanging on to, I look at all the diseases, the cancer, the AIDS, I'm going blank on all this stuff right now. You got Alzheimer's, you got blood diseases. It's all energy. It's all energetic. It's all things that we've stored up in our hearts from this life or a past life. It's just negative energy that manifests. And I've worked with people to help them to heal. And every time that I can get inside of them, or you, whoever it is, and get them to release what they're hanging on to in that negative, your body heals. Because you don't have the garbage in it anymore, making it sick. And this is all what this divine feminine energy is wanting to do in the world, in our life today. So I would encourage each of you, please open up your heart. I don't care, man or woman. Anytime you're being hard with someone, anytime you're being dominant or controlling, or you're just flat out irritated and angry, that's what's making people sick. That's what was making me sick, as I was angry because I was so hurt. I was angry because my body was hurt. I was angry because people were being mean to me and I didn't know how to make them stop. And what I've learned, the way that I've made people stop being mean to me, is one, to stand up and say, no, please don't treat me that way. But not to do it back and hurt them too. You know? And the way I've cleared my heart to where I feel the best I've felt in years. You know, I played tennis on Monday for hours in the hot sun, and I couldn't do that before. Couldn't even do it recently. I've been going through another deeper sifting and a deeper healing and a deeper clearing of my own energy, you know, and I call it my own because it was. And a lot of it was rejection because so many people have rejected me for, I stand up for what I believe and I won't back down. I don't care if you put a gun to my head, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm not going to go there. And that's just who I've always been. My mother told me that. Either you committed yourself 100% to something or you wouldn't do it at all. There was no middle ground. There was no in between. And I'm not saying we don't find a balance and compromise in life, because that is. But when it comes to something that's really important of the heart and soul, like being honest, integrity, compassion, honor, I'm not going to compromise in any of those things. This is what makes us sick, is compromising the divine integrity, compromising divine love. I'm gonna wind this one down. This is the first one I've made in a while, and then I'm gonna go in and work to share this, and I'll probably come back out and make some more. But I want people to see you can be so happy. And yeah, I've teared up sometimes in here, and I get emotional, but I'm telling you, it's coming from such a place of joy that it's kind of almost overwhelming at times how happy I feel and how magical I see life is, and the connections I'm making with friends through Facebook. And people can say whatever they want, that Facebook is like life. It has negative experiences and has positive. I've had 20,000 positive experiences in the last year on Facebook. Maybe if I said 50,000 would be even better or accurate. And I've maybe had 5 to 10 negative experiences. That's a really, really, really good ratio. And that's what I'm trying to achieve in my life. As I clear the negative energy out of my heart, then I stop drawing all this negative energy from other people. Don't blame anyone for where you're at in your life. Take responsibility for it like I've done and change it. That's the honest truth. It's our energy that creates everything around us, who we are, where we live, who we married, who we're dating. And that's what I've come to see. And I've chosen to change it. I've spent a long time by myself now, because I want to clear out the energy in my heart so that I can have a really beautiful relationship with a woman. Period. It's me. I see it, I own it, I take responsibility for it. That's what we have to do to turn our life around to a positive place. So with that, I want to leave you with the divine feminine. It's what we all need. We got enough harsh energy around us in the world. We got to shift it to love, and it's the rising of the divine feminine that's going to do that. But it's tender and soft. There's nothing harsh about it. So I'm going to leave off with here, because this ended up being a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. And I look forward to seeing you. I see a lot of you that are going to be coming here, or I'm going to be traveling and going to where you're at. So I'll just say aloha and namaste, and I love you. Bye.